Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Sinasoid Pro Audio Couture. This week we are talking about slivers.
Slivers!
Not the kind that you get stuck in your hand.
I call those splinters, Steve.
Well, when they're metal, they're slivers.
Oh, okay.
But I guess you can still call them splinters.
Sounds like a good name for a metal band. Sliver.
I think it was a name for like a new metal band.
I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, I got 3 slivers in my hands right here, and they're super cool. I did a new order of Sinasoid cables for myself. Steve did too. We'll talk about those in a bit. But I put some slivers on my board, and I just can't believe how small the jacks are. Like, I have never owned any jack that is this small in my life. I'm almost afraid that like the cable's just going to get completely sucked into the pedal like a piece of spaghetti getting sucked into a dog's mouth in Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, jeez.
It's going to go, oh, my cable's gone. It got sucked into the pedal. Like, that's how small they are. And not only are they small, they're soldered.
Yeah.
This is the smallest soldered cable head that I know of. As far as I'm aware, smallest cable head that's soldered on the planet.
Yeah.
It's incredible. They just feel so strong and so beefy. Having them here in my hands, like, it makes all the difference. Like, the impression you get from these things holding them is just pretty incredible. Really fantastic product. What do you think, Steve? I
think they're like super great. Did you get all black?
I did.
Should have got some colors.
I know. You went crazy. You got like that rainbow Tech Flex over there, and you got a pack of.
I got 2 packs of solderless, but
yeah,
we'll talk
that
about
are like
that.
orange.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But that's because the slivers come in orange.
I'm very excited about my new Sinasoid cables.
Orange,
Steve.
green, red, yellow, blue, or black. Which you got black.
I got the black.
So yeah, we got a little more Sinasoid content coming up later, so we'll save it for the show.
Yeah.
Our other sponsor this episode is Flower Pedals.
Yeah, Flower Pedals. I did a really fun demo for their pedal, the Dandelion Tremolo.
Yeah.
A few weeks back. Go check it out on our YouTube channel. It's a standard and harmonic tremolo. It's got a lot of fun extra settings. It's got the tap button on it. First of all, it has a tap control, but if you hold down the tap button, it breaks the speed of the trem effect. And by breaking, I mean it like slows it down.
Oh, that's
until
cool.
it gets all the way stopped, basically.
Wow.
And you have to be careful. You can take your foot off and put it back on to kind of like control the speed, and make it go back and forth a little bit. But you have to be careful because if you get stuck in the off position when it's braked all the way, like the distance between the waves is like 3 seconds. So you'll be stuck in silence for a while. But just like putting it on the fastest setting and ramping back and forth with that foot switch is so much fun. I've been having a blast with that pedal. Really nice, strong output from it. It's got a boost knob on it. And I fully endorse turning the depth all the way down and using this thing as like a preamp booster. It sounds fantastic. Really cool pedal. New company. They're running everything off of a GoFundMe right now. So
it's an Indiegogo, right?
An Indiegogo.
Jeez.
An Indiegogo. I'm having a lot of trouble talking. I blame the beer. Go support them on an Indiegogo. Order the Dandelion Harmonic Tremolo. Order their pedal that's like a single enclosure, like it's a high octave pedal. It gives you the sounds of like a high octave fuzz without the fuzz. So you can combine it with any fuzz you want. Do you remember the name of that pedal?
I do not.
Ah, dang it. This is bad sponsorship. We're doing a bad job. They also have a germanium fuzz.
That's right.
That's a fun one. All right, Poppy Clean Boost and Lupine Analog Octave Up.
There we go.
We did it. This is our second episode of the night, so we're getting a little sloppy and loose. But yeah, totally go check out the demo. Go check out the crowdfunding site. We'll have a link in the episode description. Hey, this is Ryan.
And this is Steve, and you're listening to Sing Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, creating, reviewing, playing podcast.
Yeah, we're doing it again. What is this, episode 218?
218.
Man, they're going by fast, Steve.
Yeah, 218's a 5-part episode.
We are gonna do Adweek. We haven't done an Adweek in so long. We got a ton of really killer ads this week. And we're like, we want to do all of these. We don't have any good topics. Let's do it. So this first episode here on Monday, we're going to do 2 ads, and then we're going to have 1 new ad every day, Tuesday through Friday. So I hope you enjoy it. It's been a while since we did one of these. If you're a new listener, you might not even know what's about to hit you. It's going to get good.
We're going to talk about some new stuff first?
Yeah, let's talk about some new stuff. What's new with you, Steve?
So Ryan kind of like hit on it a little bit in the sponsor spot, but we both ordered a bunch of Sinasoid. Mine, I got a Rainbow Tech Flex, a 50-foot cable, or
50 foot of rainbow.
15-foot instrument cable, right angle on one end. These are, I think, G&H. They're G&H plugs, so they're shorter. I'm not sure if these are actually the stubbies.
The stubbies are really short.
Oh, then maybe they're not.
That's not the stubby.
But I really like that length of plug.
Yeah. That's what I have on my my longer Sinasoid cables. I really like them.
And then I got 2 packs of the G&H solderless kits.
Nice.
So I don't know if I'll have it done by this time because it's going to depend on really just finding some quiet time to work. But I'm going to try to put together a just a little
just do them in your Just do them in your car while you're sitting at red lights.
I know, right? It's the only quiet time I get.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to do a little build set. But I got the solderless kit. I got one in orange and the other one in white. And they have, I think, like we talked about with the slivers, like I think they have the same color options and then like 1 or 2 more. Like there's a bunch of colors.
Yeah. Pretty cool looking. The last time I was messing around with solderless kits, it was on someone else's board and I was looking at them, and they had like the solid core, and I didn't like the feel of that at all. I pulled out the wire from the pack you have here, and I'm like, yeah, I could use this on a board. I could go for this. So I might have to get a pack of that too at some point and wire up the rest of my board with it. I'm kind of focused on like replacing a lot of the older and cheaper cables that I have on my board. So I'm kind of doing it at stages. I did an order with Sinasoid where I got 3 cables that were problem solvers for my board because in one spot on my board, I was running an old Radio Shack cable. I'll be honest.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it was black, so it kind of just disappeared, but it was that, molded plastic black cable in. It wasn't failed on me, but it's like, now that I know more about cables, I know about capacitance and stuff like that. Did I say that right? Felt wrong.
No. You said oh, geez, you got me saying it wrong.
You say it the right way.
Capacitance.
I'm like, I have no idea what kind of signal that Radio Shack cable is even passing. I have a bunch of cheap Hosa pancake plugs, which haven't ever failed me, but like I said, I don't know what kind of signal degradation I'm getting from them. Sinasoid has all the stats for all their cables up online. You know exactly what you're getting into. So yeah, I got a cable to replace that Radio Shack cable. It was like a 1-footer, and then I had a homemade cable that I used like scrap cable from who knows what to make this like a 2.5-footer to go from one side of my board to the other underneath. And then I needed a cable to go from my volume pedal up to the back row of my pedal board and be able to wrap around that back top pedal to get into a top jack, which I didn't have a cable that could do that, so I couldn't put a top jack cable there. I couldn't put a top jack pedal there, and now I can. And I can like spin it around and plug it into a side jack cable as well.
Right.
So those were 3 like problem solving things that I got from Sinasoid, and those were all custom. Like the custom builder on there, super easy to use, like super easy.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. I also ordered a new XLR cable, which I'm using right now with my microphone that I'm talking into, and I got it.
Is that why your voice sounds so good?
It sounds so good, Steve, because of that cable. But I got it to match the Spiral Tech Flex that I have on my 2 main Sinasoid guitar cables. I just love this black and white striped Tech Flex. It's so cool looking, and to have like a matched set, like an XLR and my guitar cables, I feel like it's my signature look. I got my own signature cable now. It's pretty cool. And then what else did I get? Oh, I got these 3 slivers that I'm holding here in my hand. I'm going to be using these in demo videos so that I have a consistent look when I plug multiple pedals in a demo.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's fun to get a big box of cables in and have like new things to connect your things with.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a thing to connect your other things, maybe you should consider Sinasoid cables. This has been a really long sponsorship, but it's not really
This
a
isn't
sponsorship.
even a sponsorship. This is a what's new.
It's us talking about something that we're actually excited about, like cool product that we got.
Yeah.
I have another new thing to talk about.
Oh, what's your other new thing to talk about?
You left that Stratocaster here
Yeah.
3 weeks ago before
Yep.
you went on vacation with the promise that I was going to film a video of it and talk about it, and I never got around to it. But I did get some time to play with it, and so now I have experienced opinions on scalloped fretboards because it has a scalloped fretboard. I thought it was really interesting and fun to play with.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of dispelled a bunch of myths that I didn't know were myths, but I always see people say about scalloped fretboards.
Right.
Like on the internet. People are always like, and this thing's scalloped nut to bridge. Like, all the way across.
Every fret is scalloped.
People are always like, oh man, the bends you can do with a scalloped fretboard. Yeah. It doesn't help with bends at all. That's not what it's for. Like it's much easier to bend in a conventional way, just pulling the string down or pushing it up. Like, you really got to be like gripping that string hard to get extra bend out of it.
Right.
The thing that I thought was interesting about it, and I totally understand now why you'll see fretboards that are like half scalloped, like starting at the 12th fret,
right,
and the higher frets only. It makes it so that your finger doesn't touch fretboard at all.
Yeah.
And so it's just your finger on string, on fret. There's no point of impact other than your finger impacting the fret with the string. Yeah. And that makes it feel like you can play pretty dang fast. Like, I get it now. I get what it's all about. I don't think it's necessary to have it like above like the 9th fret.
Right.
It just feels like it kind of slows you down on the edge of the fretboard if you're bringing your hand up and down the edges of it. But it's not awful. Like, I feel like I could play that guitar and make it part of my rig and be like, oh, yeah, that's just my guitar with a scalloped fretboard. I play it the same as all of my other guitars. It just feels a little different.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I had a lot of fun playing with it, and I'm glad you left it here during vacation. Now you have my blessing to take it wherever you want and sell it.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you think you'll play it at all before you sell it?
I don't know. Part of me wants to try to like play it at church, and then part of me is just like,
just get rid of it.
It's so different that like I realize like at the end of the day it's just a guitar, but I just don't even know if I think it might be one of those things where I put it up on Craigslist and whatever, and then just if it sells fast, it sells fast, and if it doesn't, then maybe.
Oh, and here's a question I have for you.
Start doing some stuff with it.
Are you aware of anything wrong about it, as in like non-functional?
I am not. Why is it non-functional?
Okay, there's something about it that's non-functional, and I'll give you 3 guesses.
It's the pickups.
What's your second guess?
The pickups. I don't know. If it's not the pickups, I don't know what else it would be.
The volume knob doesn't work.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but no volume control on it. Both tone controls work in the proper settings.
Is it just max volume?
Yeah, it's just max volume the whole time.
Or presumably max volume?
Presumably. I felt like there was good output from it, but I'm assuming a wire fell off of the pot, and it's just stuck at max.
I don't know what the state of the strings on it are, so if I decide to change the strings out, which I usually do before I sell a guitar, then
I think it has the slotted tuners on it, which means you could pop the strings out and then back in.
Oh yeah, possibly. Because it does have the vintage style Fender tuner.
Yeah, just pop the strings off and check it out. See if a wire fell off.
Yeah. This should be a pretty easy fix.
Yeah. All right, should we get into these ads?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do this Epiphone 12-string, one-of-a-kind electric Epiphone 12-string. It's in South Bend, Indiana. This was sent by John England. It says, up for sale is a custom-made Epiphone 12-string electric guitar. The neck is from a 1970s Texan. The body is an Epiphone hard body. The mahogany accents create a distinctive look with their mother-of-pearl inlays. This guitar is in good use condition and still plays well. May need a little adjustment after unpacking and will need new strings. Definitely an eye catcher. Don't miss out on this one. Hard case included to protect this one-of-a-kind guitar.
Don't miss out. Oh, man.
Excuse me.
I mean, it's one of a kind.
Yeah, no
You'll never have
joke.
this opportunity again.
It's a 12-string Epiphone.
This thing is a trip to look at. First of all,
I'm looking at it a little closer. This is a 10-string Epiphone. This guy's full of crap.
well, is missing two. Whatever neck was used. I'm not familiar with the brand Texan from the 70s.
No, it's an Epiphone. Like, I think the Texan was an Epiphone acoustic guitar.
Oh, Texan is an Epiphone model of acoustic guitar? What the hell? Okay, so the way the neck is set into the body is actually floating over the neck humbucker, like halfway, which I don't understand at all how that works.
Well, have you ever? I'm sure you've seen necks. Maybe you just didn't realize it. Where, especially if this is off an acoustic guitar,
Right.
where on an acoustic guitar, like your neck is going to end,
And then
like the
keep
backside of
going.
the neck is going to end like at the 12th.
I mean,
or
I've seen
15th
electric
fret.
necks that have a little bit of shelf that floats over the body.
Right.
I've never seen one that floats over half of the pickup. Like, this is insane.
Right. Well, okay. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you look at this as like a bolt-on guitar, if you think of it that way, then the neck is probably bolted on right around the 15th or 17th fret.
I wonder if this thing intonates.
That would be my question, because the bridges are still.
We haven't even gotten to
I
the
know.
crazy parts of this
the
guitar yet.
bridge is in like the standard position. So is the scale length on this guitar like 23 inches or like 22 inches?
I don't know, man. Something I'll say that I like about this guitar, let's say constructive nice things. Let's build it up a little bit. I don't want it to feel bad about itself all the time. I actually really like the pickguard. I really like that look with this guitar.
The little flower and on mahogany, whatever.
It's kind of neat. It's kind of classy. The thing that I don't understand is the acoustic guitar bridge mounted just behind the stop tail.
Yeah, I don't really get that either. It's just random.
I don't think there's no strings going into it, right?
Not that I can tell.
I think it's just an aesthetic thing. But I guess it does complete the aesthetic of this guitar in that it's made to kind of look like
a 12-string acoustic.
but it looks like the mariachi acoustic.
I guess.
What are those called? Bajos?
Oh, maybe. Bajo Sexto?
Yeah. I think that's what it's meant to look like. But this is just crazy execution. And man, I don't know. You got to look at the pictures, guys. It's so bizarre. But then there's part of me that likes parts of what I'm seeing.
Right.
I think if they had removed the stop tail and moved that acoustic bridge up an inch to cover the holes of the stop tail, glued it down real hard, I mean real good, and then done string through where the acoustic strings would go into, I would be fully on board for this guitar.
That would be interesting. I think that's part of the problem with this is like because you have the two tail pieces, it's like, wait, that's like one more tail piece that you need.
Yeah. it's like an extra toe. It's like, I guess it's cool that you have it, but it's not really useful, I guess, you know. Oh man. Yeah, go look at the pictures. All right, let's jump into the next ad, huh?
Yeah, this next ad is it on the drive?
It should be. I put it in there. Here it is. I found it. It is from Donovan Carter from Emoji Pedal Reviews. Check him out on Instagram.
What's it under?
It is under Silver Sky, the Flippening.
Yeah, so it has started. We were probably the only podcast outlet. Oh no, you did talk about
I did a video.
Silver Sky on the video.
I did a video and I just said that I don't care about it.
Yeah. This is a new red PRS John Mayer Silver Sky with hard shell case, 3157 in Del Mar. Most sought after guitar at the moment.
What?
This one comes with special edition hard case since it's one of the first 250 in the US. Color is apple red, but PRS calls it Horizon. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Is this actually a flip price?
Yeah, they're stock like 22, I think. So this guy's asking 3157. That's a bizarre number to land
I don't
on.
know how they came up with that.
3157. Maybe that's maybe that's like $1,000 over what he paid after tax or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to see this happening right out of the gate with these guitars. A guitar that online you'd think that everyone hates, but I am of the impression that they're going to sell really well.
Oh yeah,
because like you're definitely seeing people buying them and posting videos like, I love this guitar. And like, there's definitely enough John Mayer fans out there and enough PRS fans and enough Stratocaster fans.
And it's only
that like that Venn diagram is very strong.
Yeah. So 3157 is weird. They're selling for 2,300 new, and there's a whole back and forth about whether or not it's worth it. I think some of the justifications were weird because they, in the copy, they're like, there were 2 years of R&D put into this guitar. It's like, dude, it's a Strat.
Right. I mean, there's components on there that are brand new, but it wouldn't have taken 2 years to develop those.
And I've heard other people say like, actually the 63 pickup, like that general 63 pickup design isn't for most people. Like it works for John Mayer.
Sure.
But like a lot of people say that they actually don't like the way Mayer's pickups have sounded on other guitars and on this one. But at the end of the day, like if it plays great as far as like Strat copies go, like I don't know, 2,300 doesn't sound.
It's surprisingly reasonable, especially considering it's a PRS, and like, especially considering it's a John Mayer thing. Like usually when he comes out with guitars and like amps and stuff, aren't they like the most expensive thing you could imagine?
They've been pretty expensive in the past. The John Mayer Strats have been a little. The ones that he did with Fender were kind of here and there,
right?
But like, for example, like the Sur Classic Pros are 2,200. They're only $100 less. Now,
and does it have any birds on it?
It doesn't.
Well, there you go. You get that $100, you get birds.
And like the Sur, well, like some of the ones from Sur, like they're fancier finishes. But I just wanted to like get an idea. Like people, have complained about the price because it's way more expensive than Fender, but I don't think it's like necessarily targeting Fender's middle of the road. Like if you start looking towards Fender Custom Shop, you're in similar price range.
Yeah.
Or like the Fender. I think the Fender Elite series is at least touching 2,000.
What this is it's a Strat for PRS fans. Like PRS fans are like, I'd like a Strat, but I wish I don't really want Fender. I like PRS stuff. Like this, here it is. You've got it. Like everyone wants their favorite pedal builder to make a tube screamer. That's all that's going on here. But let's talk about the flipping going on here.
Yeah, man.
Do you think that they're going to make enough of these things that if you bought this one because you just got to have it and they're sold out or you can't get it, like you're going to feel good about that?
Well, if
6 months down the road,
if they're numbered, it could be something.
You think it's a low serial number thing?
Well, so this guy says it comes with a hard shell case, and the hard shell case only comes with the first 250 that were released. So there is a little bit of a like rarity factor there. Now, does this guitar necessarily justify like people chasing it because it's rare? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. I'm leaning towards probably not. But it's something where maybe they're hitting the market slow enough. It's like, excuse me, it's like KTRs.
Right.
They always hit the market, but sometimes they don't hit the market like that fast. So people want to jump the queue. Or like, the King of Tone. Like you can get in the line in 2 years from now, you'll get yours for like whatever the reasonable price is. Or you can jump the queue and buy one for $450 off of Reverb.
Right.
Because you're a crazy person.
Basically. But what I'm asking is, do you think it's worth it jumping the queue to get this? Like, do you think there's enough excited people out there to be like, yeah, I'll pay $1,000 more?
I think you just got to be a big Mayer fan. I'm not that person. I don't know any of those people.
Sure.
I don't associate with those kinds of people.
Yeah. If you did find out that someone you knew was one of those people,
I would disassociate. Mm-hmm. We would have a amicable separation.
I've seen it before. I'll see it again. Steve stops talking to people if they're Mayer fans. Actually, I don't. Do you actually care?
I don't.
Yeah, me either.
What's actually funny is I do know people who just randomly stop talking to other people and then like like years later, they're like, I haven't talked to that person in a long time. And the thing is like everyone else is like, yeah, we know.
All right. I don't know what that has to do with this guitar.
It's just about disassociating from people.
Okay. Steve wants to talk about his disassociations with people.
All right. Well, I guess this was Monday.
Yeah.
In the books.
Yeah. Big thanks to our sponsors, Sinasoid Cables. Go check them out. And Flower Petals. We're going to give them a little bit of extra content this week. We're going to get a little bit of extra bonus sponsorship. No one's going to argue about that, right?
No.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.